3, 2, 1, go.
My name is Hiroki. I'm from Japan and I've been traveling and making money online for the last 5 years. When I first started making money online, I was working as a tech recruiter. People call headhunter too. So I work with clients who are looking for engineers and I introduce engineers. When the people I introduce get hired, I get commission.
How much you earn for a month at least?
So at least $25,000
A month?
a month, yeah.
Everything online. So here's the thing, I never really know, didn't really expect that the type of career like recruiter can earn money online. Normally, I would think of engineer, software engineer, web developer, graphic designer.
I actually tried to become an engineer, but
Yeah, the next story would be more about from the moment that you were in California. You were in California for work.
yeah, so the company I was working for was venture capital. Venture capital is a company that invests in specific startups.
Your dream job.
Yeah, but I quit after 3 months. Yeah, I wanted to live and work abroad, anywhere outside of Japan. I achieved that dream. I got a job in the US, and my parents thought I was gonna like make it in the US. But I quit. Back then, I found a guy who was an engineer, was traveling around and documenting his life. And I knew that, okay, that lifestyle is possible. And what if I could make money and travel around? Like good money. Yeah, wanted to find my way. And I could go back to Japan, but I didn't want to do it.
Okay. Why?
Because if I went back, my parents would think that
You are a loser.
yeah.
Let's, from now, go from the moment that, okay, you realize that corporate life is not for you. What is your exit plan?
I already had savings. That was $12,000. So I thought I had enough money to figure things out. Back then I watched a video about Bangkok. Cost of living in Bangkok is more affordable. Yeah, quality of life would be good. I thought Bangkok would be a good place to figure things out. I can spend less and I get like good quality of life. So yeah, I flew to Bangkok from the US. Yeah, first month was so exciting. The life in Bangkok was completely different.
Damn, giving up stable life, a stable job, stable paycheck. Why didn't you go for the approach of figure things out once you had free time from work? Like let's say weekend.
The job was really stressful. The analyst for venture capital, I had to perform really well. So it was not like 9 to 5. I needed to prepare so many things after work for the next day.
Okay.
And I couldn't even think about what I can do next while working for the company.
So it take all the time of your life, even though technically speaking, this is 9 to 5 job, but technically after you finish work, you still have to put your mental energy, effort into the job. So briefly, what did you do in Bangkok with 12,000 saving and the time, all the time in the world that you have in Bangkok?
So I tried different ways to make money online and hoping that one of them could work. First, I tried to become engineer because the guy I watched on YouTube was an engineer. So I thought being an engineer would be my way. But the coding was too hard for me and I couldn't really imagine how I could make money from coding. Maybe I should have talked to the guy who I watched on YouTube, but I was so hesitant to talk to him. And I was thinking what kind of skill I had back then. And I can speak Japanese, so I thought language teacher might be a good way but the pay was too low, $5-6 per hour. And if I, let's say, work 10 hours a day and make $60, even if I work every day, they'll give me $1,800, $1,800. That's too far from my goal, which was $100,000 a year.
And then?
Yeah, and I tried to become translator because I know Japanese. I tried to get project through Upwork. But the company told me to test, to try project to prove that I'm legit, I can translate. And I had to compete with 2 other people to get that project. And that project was not even good money.
How much?
Less than $10. And I couldn't even get that project. I think that was the first time I even tried to translate something. So I realized, yeah, it's gonna be hard to become a translator and make $100,000. Then I talked to my engineering friend in Japan, and we were like, oh, maybe we can build a startup together. Around that time, it's been already 3-4 months that I first arrived in Thailand. After, I think, 4 or 5 months, my savings got zero.
Oh.
Yeah, trying to figure things out, but nothing worked. But I wanted to make money online and travel. I had ambition, but I had nothing. Yeah, I didn't have a job, I didn't have savings, and I had no idea what I could do. That was so bad. And yeah, because I didn't have any savings, I had to make money really soon. I had to come back to Japan, ask my parents to stay with them, and look for companies that I could work for. Around that time, I was talking to my engineer friend, and he asked me if I know some companies that allow him to work online.
In Japan?
Yeah, in Japan. He's a Canadian. That made me think that, oh, what if I could introduce remote jobs to engineers and I work online.
So you were like, if engineer could work online?
Yeah.
Why?
The person who introduced positions to people who work online might be possible. I didn't know because I didn't know anyone who work as a recruiter and make money online. But yeah, I needed to give it a shot. So I started applying recruitment companies in Japan. Looking back, that decision was actually really good.
Huh? The decision that you went back to work for a corporate job?
Yeah. That helped me so much.
Tell me the story.
Got one offer from really small recruitment company that has less than 10 people. I took the offer. And that was actually one of the best decisions because I could learn so much. A lot of recruitment companies separate the task into people who talk to candidates and people who talk to clients. But if it's a small company, small recruitment company, in the company that I got hired, I had to talk to both sides, both candidates and the clients. So I could learn a lot. Actually, the whole process of making money. And also, there is no clear structure to make sales in a small company. Everyone has their own way to make sales. I started approaching people by cold calls. I had to call 30, 40, 50 people that I never talked.
40, 50 in one day?
Yeah. I tried for 1 month. It didn't work. But my boss got sales from that way.
Oh, so that's why you were like, okay, let me try that way too. But it didn't work for you.
I was introvert. I couldn't call to strangers
You couldn't?
every day. So I tried the ways that my boss or my manager or the company told me. It didn't work, any of them. I think I didn't make any sales for 3 to 4 months. I had to figure my way out. That's the time that I started using social media, using LinkedIn and Twitter. That was really good for me.
Here comes the turning point.
I tried using LinkedIn because when I was in the US, people use LinkedIn to connect and also look for a job.
LinkedIn was not popular in Japan back then?
Not really, not that popular. So I started sharing information. I started sharing written content. For content, because I was working as an analyst for venture capital in the US. My job was analyzing a lot of startups and introduce these startups to investors. So I know how to analyze what candidates should know when they apply for companies, specifically startups.
So you started to share valuable information.
So people for interested in working for startups, they see my written content, and sometimes they contact me. And also I started sharing some startups that I think will be good to work for. Then the HR or CEO of the startup said, "Oh, you just recommended my company. Can you work with us?" And that's how I got clients. So I get both clients and also candidates through my written content.
How long did it take you to get your first sale from social media, from LinkedIn?
1 to 2 months.
How consistent were you back then?
Almost every day. After I started using social media, my sales got like...
Skyrocket?
Yeah, skyrocket. I was
At the rock bottom?
Yeah, because it's zero, right? And then after a few months, I went to second place. I was the top second bidder in the company.
All the sales that you made coming from social media.
Yeah,
your personal
under my name.
under your name too.
Yeah.
People will probably be like, "What the heck? Thank you, LinkedIn." So now I think come to the really, really important question. Especially when you perform well as an employee, it's so hard to leave the company, to quit. When was the point that you feel that, okay, I'm done working for this company?
The time that I realized I made sales by myself without using almost any resource from my company. Only contract. When I made a contract with my clients, I use the contract that my company made. But usually, almost all recruitment companies use the same contract. I can do it.
Yeah.
That was the point that, okay, I can do this by myself.
Hiroki, as a digital nomad phase.
I was like, oh, okay, now I can work online, make money online. Yeah, I make more than $100,000 in actually 3 months.
What the heck?
I was feeling that I could continue doing this by myself. Yeah, I left that company and I registered my own company, got the license. So that's the point that I started traveling. That's my story. So I think from my experience, 3 things that I did well to be able to become digital nomad, to make money online and travel the world, was I worked for a small company so that I could learn faster and also more. I use social media to find and get clients online. And the last thing was I left my 9-to-5 job and did the exact same thing that I used to do in my previous company.
When you were employee?
Yeah. So I got more time because I can decide when I can work, right? And more money and more freedom. Yeah, but the hardest part was when I tried so many different random ways and with no direction by myself and nothing worked for 6 months. And I spent all my savings, $12,000. There must be a lot of people in the same situation, and that's what we want to solve, and that's who we want to help. And that's why we created Nomad Camp. So Nomad Camp is a 4-week curated small group experience in Bangkok, where you can try different online skills that digital nomad actually use, and you learn how they make money using these skills, and you can get advice from them. So you don't need to try random things that you're not sure it will work. You try 8 different skills, high income online skills that digital nomad use, and see which one is for you, just in 4 weeks. Not like 6 months and nothing worked, with no direction and don't know what to do, like I did, and you get connection with digital nomads. Even before, you start this digital nomad journey. It's something that I wish I had when I first wanted to become digital nomad. And this program costs $3,500, all inclusive, including the place to stay, and meals, and group activities, and the workshops, meetups, and everything. Yeah, I believe it's worth it. Instead of spending $12,000 and still have no idea what you can do. And we're gonna keep this group really small, only 10 people, so that we can all connect and get value from this program. And we close the sign up once the group is full, which is 10 people, only 10 people. If you think the Nomad Camp is for you, which I believe you might be because you're still watching this video at this point. If you want to join, you can join through the link in the description below. See you in Bangkok in May. We.
Behind the camera, we.